Welcome to Reseller Recap, where we talk all things reselling across multiple platforms. Join us for real-life discussions on how we crush the elusive work-life balance. Grab a coffee and join us now.
Welcome back to Reseller Recap with Jen Emily Morgan. Today it's me and Emily, and we are talking about what our first Q4 looked like, and then what does it look like now that we are such super senior veterans in this. All the battle wounds and scars of what we have learned. So you want to go first, Emily? Fucking join in too. What do you got?
I know. As soon as you started, like, your voice, he was like, there's a groan.
This girl again. She's like, always talking and trying to take a nap in here.
Yeah. Oh man. I feel like I've done this for so long. You know, it's like dog years because you just devote day and night.
Yeah.
And I definitely see like the new sellers like a couple years in, and you're just so addicted to the rush.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm definitely on the other side where what else am I going to do? You know, I'm not leaving. And I talk about this all the time with my husband, like, let's just get jobs. And then I look at what you like
you make and the schedule.
Yes. In Iowa, it's 7:25. And I'm like, okay, actually, never mind.
That's insane.
So I'm not going anywhere, but I'm definitely, the thrill has faded a bit for me. And so, you know, I think it's also creating a schedule, you know, that's just, we always have to do this. If it's working out, if it's eating right, if it's, you're an entrepreneur and setting your own schedule, you have to have a process in place that you fall on. Because I'm definitely past the point of like just waking up early and like, oh, this is going to be so fun. Let's go source. I don't want to do that. I don't want to ship. I mean, there is definitely a thrill of when you find something and it's lucrative of shipping for a while, but then you get tired. And so yeah, my first couple of years were insanity, and every year it's insanity around Q4. We are shipping so much merchant, and so you have hundreds of orders coming in each day. They have to go out by a certain time. My kids are very well versed in like hauling packages to the car, and I definitely think when they were younger, they wanted to help. On the last call, we were talking about like kids joining in and helping. They're totally over it now.
Yeah.
They're like, no. I could offer them like $20 an hour, and they'd still be like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
So they're pretty much over it, and we, you know, it's part of our life. Yeah. I think the best part is all of the movement of money, right? And we're actually really poor, but you're looking forward to this big payout. I think the hardest part is my husband and I work together, and he usually has his own thing. I have my own thing. So we don't connect much, but I have to have him help me get stuff out. And it's so much stress that it inevitably falls into chaos of arguing, and we're tired and we have 10 minutes to get to drop off, or we're going to get our account shut down, or on and on and on. And I maybe oversold. And so he's running around. He doesn't want to do that. And it always falls at least a couple nights of the Q4 season into just crazy.
Yes.
So, I mean, you only see on social media the highlights, you know, the behind the scenes. It is chaos. I mean, one year I did damage to my ankles because I just walked all the time. I like wore the tendons down. So that you were working an insane amount. And I'm not saying everybody works hard, but I just think the wear and tear on relationships in your body and life is something that you don't realize when you just see the highlights from social media. Like, it can really take it out of you. And so this Q4 is going to look different for me. It has to, because I have too many other responsibilities to like jump into the chaos. And I think we're all really looking forward to that too. I think my kids are, my husband is, I am, of enjoying a little bit more than just being so busy running around. I still want to send in stuff, FBA, WFS, but I really can't jump into too much merchant. And I'm really looking forward to just being in the moment with the kids and enjoying things. Because my oldest is turning 16, and like, how many more Christmases? I
Yeah.
mean, hopefully all of them. But
I know.
if he
Yeah.
goes away to
It's
college,
different.
yeah,
Yeah.
like I won't have this whole season with him. So kind of counting down those two of wanting to be really present for these moments. So yeah, it's going to be really different, hopefully. But what about you?
Yeah, like I feel like the first year everybody said, there's so much money to be made and look out for all these expedite orders and all this stuff. And I didn't feel like that happened for me. And I don't know if it's because I was still like learning what sells, and I mean, I hadn't really like proven myself enough yet on Amazon to get all the expedited ship, like it wasn't what I thought it was going to be. But then the next year I was like, oh, okay, now I'm like starting to see it a little more. And then last year and then this year, I told you guys, like I took, my son to the fair, and like expedite orders can come in till I think I have it set till like 1 p.m. or something. And then they have to ship out that day. And guess what? Like an expedite order came in. I'm like, great. We just got to the fair. It has to go out today. We aren't going to leave here till at least 8 o'clock because it's far away and it's a whole jaunt. And we're with tons of his friends. There's like a group of 15 of us. Like I cannot leave. And so then I'm like on the phone trying to talk my husband through how to like ship the order and where to go and drop pin the UPS location. And like, so I'm like, well, I'm glad now he kind of knows how to do it, because he's never had to help me with like printing labels, but has he had to help me like haul boxes, load the car, tape boxes, because there's just times where like, I'm like, I'm not going to sleep tonight, and I don't even know if I can get this done by when it needs to go out, and so like you have to have some kind of help. I've had friends offer, but it's like, I hate people up in my space. Like, I don't know. I'm just very, I don't know. So I'm very particular about that. So I'm like, I just don't know. I haven't had to do that yet, but it's nice to have had him jump in. And then this year, it's so funny. I'm like, the fact that we're taking like 2 vacations during, like, I would have never done this before, but I'm like, look, like, I want to, like, I'm not going to get these times back. Like, these are things that are not going to happen again. We're only going to have one 10-year anniversary. And yes, we'll have anniversaries every year after, but like, this is a big milestone, like we need to like be celebrating and enjoying. And why are we working so hard to make money if we're not enjoying like it either, so
Oh, go ahead.
no, it's funny. Like, I would have never thought I would be doing this. And then like, I'm now like, let's cut to like another 4 years of selling from now, like where you are, like, again, like, oh, maybe I won't even be doing merchant come, 4 years from now.
And I think we tend to look at this very short term.
Yeah.
It's not something you think, oh, I'm going to go for this position next. But it really does evolve. And it's funny you mentioned like having help. I've had help so many years, and sometimes I've been able to scale farther because I've had help, but it is like a one step forward, 500 steps back as soon as you bring help in, because then you have to tell them what to do. And then they're talking to you, and then they're like, oh, let's take a picture, and I won't say who, my dad came in and helped me, and he put all the stuff in boxes, even though I don't think I told him to do that.
Oh,
and I hadn't prepped the product first.
Oh,
took
no.
out price bags. So I was like, okay, thank you. So rebagging all of that stuff.
Undoing the tape. Yeah, like even more work. Yeah.
So, I think every year kind of looks different depending on the landscape, but you sometimes just hustling more, scaling more is not always the answer. So
No.
I think taking a break can help you do this longer too.
Yeah. Well, and if you are just starting like selling, like, and you're starting in Q4, because there are some people like you just see them come in and they're brand new, and it can kind of mess up your perception of what this job is like, because you literally so much stuff, people are just buying everything, like even in a down economy, like people are just buying stuff to buy stuff at times. And it's crazy because yes, could they go to the store and pay $3 like you just did? No, they don't want to have to. So they're going to pay you, $16 to have that sent to their home and stuff. So, and it's a weird time to learn sourcing. It's a funky time. So it needs to be like what happens in Q4 stays in Q4, like
Right.
you can't apply that to the rest of the year in the business. But you also like I feel like you can't have expectations that this is like how you're going to make, some people are like, this is where I make all my money for the year. I don't really make money the rest of the year. Like, I think that's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. And kind of an unrealistic expectation because so many things can change. There's so many different factors.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I always have people come in Q4 and then they think they're ready to like come out with their own course because they did so well for this month. And then, talk to me a couple months later. And, like some people, it really just does click, but it's a great time to sell. And it's just chaos. It's chaos everywhere. It's not just shipping. It's most of us are doing this single-handedly. So you're buying and then dealing with customer service and all the returns like that.
Yes.
That's a crazy part of this too.
The customer service piece during Q4 always goes way through the roof, especially if you are dealing with the merchant side. Like I have people, like there's stuff I ship and they go, I thought this was coming overnight. Well, you didn't pay for overnight shipping. Well,
Right.
why didn't you come overnight? Well, again, you didn't pay. You can return it. Well, why can't I just keep it for free? Like, I mean, I'm literally dealing with a customer right now on that. And I'm like, here's the process to open a return through Amazon. You can return to us. You cannot keep the item. Well,
Right.
I expect better customer service than this.
Perfect.
I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is just
Perfect.
people's behavior gets like out of control because everybody's stressed out. I know everybody's overwhelmed trying to juggle it all, but also the amount of time you're taking to go through these messages with me is ridiculous, people.
I think that's what was so surprising my first couple Q4s. It still is surprising. People will order super late, not pay for expedited shipping, and then they're hounding you every day. Where's my package? Where's my if you look in tracking, it's and then you're just like what?
I know, like another one's like, well, it says it's delivered, but I can't find it anywhere. And I was like, okay, well, you can try opening an A to Z. I don't know what to tell you. And they're like, I expect you to do more to help me find my package. So am I supposed to fly there and help you find what are you wanting?
Yeah.
This time of year, so many packages. Think about the increase that's happening at the post office and UPS. They're bringing in seasonal staff because so much more is being processed through. More things are being bought. More things are being shipped. Things are going to get lost. Like I'm not putting an air tag on everybody's package to make sure it's getting there.
What?
I know. Like, I mean, I hope maybe someday shipping labels will have like some kind of
cool.
tracking.
That's a really good idea.
I mean, it's an idea, but I'm sure that'd be really expensive. But
that's a great idea.
Maybe 10 years from now, we will have that ability. Until then, people, sometimes packages get lost, and it is unfortunately not my problem. Like I also, when I receive things, sometimes it doesn't get to me. I go through the steps, and then
I already think everything is delayed everywhere. Shipping, especially on Amazon. We've been ordering. We buy a lot of expedited to our house, and it's all super days late. So I don't know if that was with the AWS issues or what, but it's that's kind of a crazy way to start the year. And I think that's a whole nother part of Q4 when I started is yes, there are just things that happen, but then the things that I accidentally do because I'm tired, like you send off 400 orders and you think, did I take the prices off those? You just start making mistakes. People are like, oh, this was supposed to be a 2-pack and only got 1.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't get everything out on time. I have had several times, even last year, where I was like, came home at night, like I got them all out. I'm so proud of myself. Sit down and I have a pack of labels like stacked somewhere that I printed earlier, set them there, just
forgot to put them on the items. Yep. Or I'll have like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to put all this stuff here and make sure to take this. But then I ran out of room in that section. So then I put it in another area, load the car, drive, come home. And I'm like, I have 2 more bags of stuff that has to go to the post office. Like, fantastic.
Yes. I think that's like the most demoralizing around this season is you work so hard all day and you're like, we did it. No, we didn't. Or when you oversell, like those labels I found, those were labels. So I thought I had a bunch left over of my inventory. So I was like, great, I have like 60 more products I can sell. So I listed them, sold them immediately. Then I found those labels. Those labels were supposed to go to that product.
Oh.
So I had to go out like shopping everywhere to find them. I found them. But it was just, I created such a cluster. And that was last year. I think that I always do things here and there like that. It's just, it's very difficult to stay on top of all of the orders coming in and not get mixed up. Like even on a good day, it's difficult for me.
Well, and you don't want to miss out when you see something start hitting. You don't want to miss out on a sale. You're like, oh man, I know I can find this. Like, and I'd rather that money be in my pocket than somebody else's or miss out on it. And so you just are like, I can do this. I can make this happen. And I feel like all of us, and then it's like a scramble of like, oh my God, I need to find 4 more. Like how far? I'm driving 45 minutes away. Like really, did I make any money? Because I just overdid it and overextended myself. Like now I probably lost the profit on like 20 of those orders because I just drove so far away.
Yeah. Yeah, there's always, I think another big issue last year was Amazon demanded a balance paid on my pending, on my pending sales.
Yeah,
because
you had that weird issue.
I was buying all my shipping through Amazon. And I think because maybe there's so much back charged, because I scaled so quickly, I had to pay like $3,000 to pay down my balance of shipping labels I charged to Amazon. That is something very weird to continue on. That was huge because that's a huge chunk of change that I was needing to like buy products, buy boxes, buy labels, so last year was interesting.
Well, that's what you always talk about, like the Q4 Amazon rich. It's like you're making all these sales, you see your balance climbing, but you cannot pay yourself that money. And so now I like that you can view in your transactions of like when you're going to get paid on certain orders. And like I get a lot of business orders for whatever reason. And those sometimes have like net 30, net 45, whatever Amazon has given to those businesses. And then I am also on the hook for that. So sometimes it's like 60 days before I see that money actually be able to come to me. And so that's hard sometimes because I'm like, oh man, I forgot I had all those were like business orders. So I'm fronting all that money, plus new orders are coming in, plus, and then of course, you're paying for shipping and it's just, it goes so fast.
We tend to always over leverage ourselves because we don't want to miss out.
I know.
But in every way, and even in your personal life, you feel so overextended, and people will say, I said this on the last episode, like, oh, we're having this Thanksgiving, whatever. What do you want to bring? Whatever's available at Sam's.
Yeah.
Like I don't have the brain power to cook something up from scratch.
Yeah.
So it's weird because it is a time where everybody's getting together and celebrating and memories and all of the extras, holiday things at school. And I try to be present for all of those as much as I can, but also I feel not present at all in anything because I'm just looking at my phone, seeing orders, seeing customers, and I'm like, oh God, I got to get this done. I got to go. So it's difficult to be in the moment.
It is. I was even a couple of years ago, I was at, I love Hocus Pocus. Like that's my Halloween movie jam. And so there was a Hocus Pocus drag brunch. So like some of my best guy friends like took me because they were like, oh my God, we know how much you love it and stuff. And I'm standing there, I'm like, this is so fun. But my phone was literally blowing up with orders, blowing up because the thing that I always like sell like crazy every year, like was shipped, people were buying it. And by the time I got home, so like I was only gone for like maybe 4 or 5 hours because we went out for just a little bit after because I was like, oh, okay, maybe it's now like just like I turned off notifications because I was like, okay, this is really annoying. Like it'll stop. I'll run out at some point. No, I came home to like 400 and something orders I had to get out by the next day. And I'm like,
drunk.
So yeah. Who wants to help me? Like, now what? So, But I was like, I'm so glad I went, but also,
Yeah.
man, that
I know
was
it's that you want to go have fun, but you're like, I'm losing out on so much right now.
I
So,
know.
and it's not like this forever. It really does slow down. Things kind of go back to normal. And so that's the pull of like, I want to take advantage of every second. I count on the weekends. I'm like, okay, one more weekend of like insane sales. And then after that, I think I'll just go back to regular programming
Yeah,
and kind of put my life back together.
I know. I don't
What
know if my
has
life
been
has ever gotten back together since starting this job, but you
what
know.
was your most insane like fumble in Q4 that you're like, I cannot believe I did that?
I think it was like when that was happening because I was like, oh, I can pick up all these things. Like I knew I had a bunch of that item here, but I was like, I don't want to again miss out on sales. So I just kept like adding
Right.
more, adding more, adding more to my inventory. Like, oh, let's keep it. Like I came home and I was like, oh, cool. Like I'll add more. Like, cause I
Yeah.
was also drunk. And so I was like, oh yeah, I'll say I have 100 more. Well, 100 more. So, I was like,
Yes.
and then the next, it was like, oh, I got to place all the order pickups because I cannot physically walk into a store because this was scan and go didn't exist then. So like I would have had to go through like, and I don't even think they had the self checkouts like back then. So I'm not standing at a register, which takes usually 45 minutes to an hour because no offense to Walmart, but their cashiers are not always the fastest.
Right.
Like there are some that are, but majority are not. And yeah. So I was like trying to put, and I'm like, don't cancel. Like if you are saying that there are 48 there, I need all 48. Like please don't cancel.
Yes.
Yeah. And then just driving to like 20 some odds. Just like, I'm like, you're taking the kid to school. Walmart opens at 6 a.m. I have to be the first one at 6 a.m. for like pickup. Like I have got to go and I have to have all the boxes and labels on the boxes so I can shove the stuff in and then tape it and go. Like it was wild.
I think especially new sellers, they're like, oh, I know I have 400 in my inventory here even. Like they have the product, but they don't realize that you really only have until 5 to get things scanned in. And then it's
Yeah.
going to be start considered late.
Yeah.
That's where people get tripped up because they cannot physically put 400 orders or 600 orders together in the time that they have. And that's always like the time is ticking. You're like, I can't even eat lunch. I have to go because
Yes.
this has to get checked in today. I think that's where a lot of new sellers get tripped up is they're not managing their time. They don't understand how long it takes them to ship products. They don't account for issues like, oh, I ran out of boxes, so I have to go to the warehouse and go pick up boxes.
Yeah.
They don't account for anything bad happening. It's in their head, it's like it's going to be a perfect day. I'm going to get it all out early,
Yes. Oh my gosh. I know. I feel like there's always a fumble every year. Like there just always is.
Always.
And so you learn from that lesson. You don't do that lesson, that thing again.
Right.
But then it's like, oh shoot, now I just did something else, So it happens.
We kind of learn every year something new. Sorry, I keep yawning. It's like the afternoon sleepies around here. My dog is sleeping. I think every year we kind of learn a whole new mistake we can make. And we're like, wow, didn't realize. Or it's just repeating, like we oversold a product, like it's a 3-pack. And you get so excited you found some. You list them all, not in packs, in singles. And all of a sudden you sell 100, but really you need 300 to fulfill those orders. That's a common issue. I think because we're not operating with our full brain power, we're over caffeinated, undersleeping, overstimulated. You tend to make really stupid mistakes. And I think that's like everything I've done in the past 10 years, very stupid mistakes. It's nothing great. It's like I should have known better. But you're just not sleeping. And especially if you're doing multiple platforms, you can get confused. That's another big thing of like just too much inventory all over the place. And then you lose it and you send Walmart orders out on Amazon. And I think it's always stupid mistakes, unfortunately.
Well, and I feel like last year with Walmart too was when we saw that people could go in and edit listings. And so like something was listed as like, I don't know, say like Halloween candy, and all of a sudden now it's listed as like Cheetos. And you're like, what happened? And like I've had stuff where I'm like, I don't sell Cheetos. And then I'm like, I went in and I'm like, oh, they changed the picture and they changed this, but the description's right, but they went in and like hijacked the
Right.
listing. And I'm like, great, now I'm having to cancel orders, or like I feel like I'm just having to watch everything so closely. So
Yes.
like you said, like, okay, great, I show up to my kid's party, or this event, but I'm like locked in on my phone to make sure I'm catching stuff before it hits the fan, because if I put
Right.
my phone down, then that's how 400 mistakes could potentially happen.
Yes. I totally agree. So I think if you're new, you really need to clear your schedule. You should be at the important things that you don't want to miss, but
Yep.
you also have to decide if this is going to be a big month for you and you want to invest, you really have to just go all the way.
Yeah.
You really have to do that and just let family know. I would let them know, let your kids know, make a plan for events, especially if you are a single parent or you have a partner who's cannot be there.
Yep.
So you can kind of make a plan now of who needs to take off work to be present, because it's very difficult to do it all well, and
Yep.
you are stuck sometimes at like a school event. And I don't like to miss school events. So I'm not saying I do this, but you're stuck at a school event with no internet and you're like, "Oh my god, this listing just went down or I accidentally priced wrong and I can't change it." There's nothing worse. So
Yeah.
creating a plan now, I do hear new sellers will complain about their um boyfriend, partner, spouse, whoever, and they're like, "Oh, they're just like not supportive." But I don't think that you're communicating well enough, because this is very unique.
It
And I
is.
think that sometimes that's difficult, is if you're not communicating, "Hey, the house is about to be trashed. I'm
Yeah.
not cleaning. I'm not going to be present. I'm not going to be sleeping." Did you tell them like all
Yes.
of this is going to happen? Because just communicating the chaos beforehand can really save a lot of issues. That would
Oh
be
yeah.
my biggest tip. Communicating with your family, your kids, letting them know how the month is going to look, because it won't look normal.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that, because definitely the first year, like when it was just like infiltrating our whole living room, and he's like, we need to put the tree up. And I'm like, there's no space for it. I have stuff. And he's like, well, I'm like, give me like a couple days to clear this out. And then we put the tree up. And then, but all the stuff then was getting stacked around it. And now he knows that's just how it is, but he's okay with it, because guess what? Like he saw that I actually was making money by doing this, and it wasn't just, he's just used to it now, he's numb to it. But that first year definitely was like, what is happening? Like, this is taking over our lives. There's just like bags of stuff, and then boxes of stuff, and like it's just so much in and out.
Yeah.
um
Yeah,
so
you will be wanting a new level of grace from everybody around you, and you really have to give that also the other way.
yeah.
Not everybody understands and is used to the mess and the crazy. So I think just preparing on that,
Yeah,
so you can dedicate your mental and whatever you have to give to this attention.
for sure, for sure. All right, well, I think we'll wrap this episode there. Thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.